What's up, y'all? It's your boy Outlaw V2, man, coming at you right on time for a Monday banger. Man, what am I gonna talk about today? Today, man, I'm just gonna have a little focused discussion, man. It's been a while since I talk about Winstrol, simply because I haven't combined it in a lot of my cycles. Let me just turn this thing so this California sun don't be killing our shit. So yeah, I want to talk about Winstrol, man. Like I said, it's not something I typically throw in my cycle. I had experience with it when I first started cycling, so I do have experience. I do like this shit, but honestly, when it comes down to like what it does versus what the side effects are for me personally, that's why I just typically don't run it. So first of all, Winstrol. I'm not talking about the injectable Winstrol. I'm talking about just the pill form. Most people take it in pill form. It's best stacked with other steroids. I've heard of people doing Winstrol only cycles, and they're morons. And pretty much everybody from Pro, Greg Doucette, myself. I mean, everybody. If you're not running fucking testosterone with Winstrol, like you got a problem. So again, run testosterone as a base. Most people stack Winnie with something else. Winstrol's used primarily in cutting cycles. So again, I'm not talking about the injectable, I'm talking about the oral Winstrol. So now, how did I first come across Winstrol? When I first started using Winstrol, it was my first cycle. I think I had just retired from the military pretty recently, or within like the last year and a half to 2 years. I was a flyer, so having a real super busy schedule didn't allow me for a lot of time to have a competitive level lifting schedule. Plus I was in my late 30s. I wasn't augmented with any testosterone, so my testosterone was probably declining versus, increasing. But again, I jumped on my first cycle and I wanted to, I did my first test only cycle. And then after that, my second cycle, I wanted to kind of kick it up. So my boy recommended Cut Mix, which has Tren in it. So I went straight from the fucking frying pan to the fire with that. But I was taking a super low dose of Tren A. I was taking 150 milligrams of Tren A. And so I did this Cut Mix, which has Tren A, Test P, Mass P. Tren A, Test P, Mass P, 50-50-50, all in one for 1 cc, Dragon Pharma. And I was 100 and maybe 75 pounds. I got out of the military. I was in good I was in fighting shape. I was doing a lot of BJJ at the time. I was training actively out here. Just keeping up with my military buddies that still do jujitsu and shit. So I was doing a lot of that. So I was about 75 pounds. And I wanted to do a competition at 170. I wanted to roll at 170, and there was a weight restricted class that I wanted to roll in. So I knew I could cut 5 pounds. So I put my diet into a deficit, and I jumped on Cut Mix. So I was taking it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now with Cut Mix, you should probably take that shit every other day, but I was just doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you get 150, 150, 150 of those 3 compounds: Test P, Tren A, Mass P. And then my boy put me on Winstrol, and he put me on, I think I had 20 milligram tablets, and he told me take one in the daytime, one in the AM, one in the PM. So I was going to work and I was commuting, and I was doing that twice a day. Again, Winstrol, we're talking about Stanazolol. It's super cheap. It's rarely faked. It comes in 20 milligram tablets or sometimes 25 milligram tablets. Most dosages for men are usually 50 milligrams a day. I think it's got a 9-hour half-life. So like I said, two pills a day, you're good. Now, what did it do for me? Like I said, I was in a calorie deficit, and I would drop down to 175. I dropped down to that 170, and some of the pictures that I have on my Instagram, and sometimes I run a profile picture where I'm just fucking super, super, super dry. And that was at 170 pounds. That was when I made 170 for that competition. So what did I like about Winstrol? Winstrol, again, like everybody says, it's in cutting cycles, man. If you are fat, you are not going to see anything from Winstrol. Winstrol is designed for when you're in a calorie deficit. You're going to do a show. You know how to diet. You're a fighter or a wrestler. You're going to do a fucking calendar shoot. You're like a model. Like, that's what Winstrol's used for. Like, don't be on Winstrol if you are like even higher than like 13% body fat. Like even right now, like I'm way bigger than I fucking been back in that day at 175. But I would cut at least like 5 to 6 pounds of body fat before I would even think about jumping on a Winstrol cycle. Just diet alone. Like, don't waste your money. It's like a cosmetic fucking drug. It's not designed for like muscle building. It will make you strong. Do not get me wrong. All right, so Winnie dries you out, man. You get real super dry. My joints hurt on Winnie. So like, I mean, it's nothing to combat it because you're not gonna do Deca, which makes your joints feel better, but it's a mass builder, and then do Deca and Winnie because like Winnie is like you're cutting. Yeah, so don't do that. So you can't. There's no really fucking way around it. Your joints are gonna hurt. That's why I don't do Winnie. Because I don't compete and I'm not like standing around in my underwear, like, you know, fucking and like hitting fucking poses. If I was doing that, and I would run Winnie. I mean, it's way more stronger than Anavar. But again, if you're not competing and you're not doing photo shoots, then there's no real reason to run Winstrol. Other than that's all you can get, or you like the strongest shit. Cause trust. I mean, if you get in those single digits body fat and you jump on 50 milligrams or 40 milligrams a day, ranging up to like 100 milligrams a day, I mean, if you're fucking crazy, then you'll look peeled as shit, like for real. Like that first cycle I did, I think I dropped down all the way, maybe down to like 168, and then I went to Florida to help somebody move, and I was packing the little cubicles you get, and dude, I was just like fucking stacked, just bro. I think I was like 40 years old, and I was fucking chiseled like rocks. And I mean, I was training hard. My diet was in place. All that was good. But again, like I said, Winstrol is the negatives for me. Because everything has side effects. I didn't have any side effects other than like those dry joints, but your cholesterol, your HDL and your LDL will go to shit. And I already have like cholesterol issues, like just genetically. So for me, it wasn't worth it. You don't introduce Winstrol to the mix if you already have cholesterol issues and you like already got to take like Lipitor and shit. So I was like, Winstrol's not the drug for me. Because there's like, what's the trade-off? So I'm a little bit more peeled. Like, for what? Like, my girl doesn't care. I mean, as long as I look fucking big, it doesn't matter what I bench. Like, girls don't give a shit about that. So, like, you know, fellas, think about your health when you think about Winstrol and stuff like that. That's, like, a real serious deal. So, for me, man, the pros did not outweigh the cons with Winnie. Real talk. So, you know, if you guys want to do it and have a competitive edge, you will. But, again, remember at what cost. For me, it just wasn't enough. Other than that, you know, for strength gains and shit, like, I liked it. You know, Ben Johnson was on the shit. He fucking ran that Olympic shit in Canada. He fucking dusted everybody, man. And he was on that Winnie. So, you never know. But that's all I got, man. It's a sunny day in California, man. Again, I appreciate all my subscribers, man. 2,000 of y'all.